Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. We should continue with Arabic. We should continue this class with Arabic. How about the rest of our brothers? يستمعون إلى التسجيل. Now, this book is about the rulings regarding fitan. What the Muslim should do or what he should not do during the times of fitan. The Sheikh had or has about 26 principles he has written for us, as if he was in our country. Then he saw the need to educate us about how to handle the times of fitan. The last point we read was Al-Aslu Ar-Rabi'u Ashar Kuf. So, when he said in Fiqh Al-Fitan أن الاعتقاد مبني على العلم والقول والبيان مبني على المصلحة. الاعتقاد, what you believe during the times of fitna, مبني على العلم, the function of what you know. But he said والقول والبيان مبني على المصلحة. But what you say to the people, what you explain to the people, is based on the benefit, the present benefit that you stand to gain and that the people stand to gain. So it means, like he said in it, لَيْسَ كُلُّ مَا يُعْلَمُ يُقَالُ. It is not all that you know that you say. What you know is based on knowledge. But what you will say in the time of fitna must be based on what? Basla. We read some ahadith regarding that. The discussion between Abdullah ibn Umar and who? Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. We also read the discussion between who and who? Abdurrahman ibn Awf and who? Umar ibn al-Khattab. Ikhwa, I tell you, I have hardly found something so calming to the mind like those two narrations, especially the reports from Abdurrahman ibn Awf and Umar ibn al-Khattab. It's a hadith that should be discussed in various forums. The hadith of Abdurrahman ibn Awf and Umar, that discussion between Ibn Awf and Umar, it's worth elaboration, much more than we have done. Fortunately, the hadith is in Sahih Al-Bukhari. So there is no discussion about whether the hadith is authentic or not. It's in Sahih Al-Bukhari. And it was reported by Abdullah ibn Abbas. So, what we believe, what we know in the times of fitna is based on knowledge. The meaning of that is based on purely what does the Quran say, what does the Sunnah say, what do the Ahbab say. But what you will say to the people, it is just the one from these that will bring benefit to them. No more, no less. If you think about it, and you think that let me not say this to them, then you must not say it, so that you do not bring trouble to them. This was the fourth issue that we discussed. Today, we are looking at Al-Asl al-Ashar, the 15th qaida, the 15th basic rule to employ during the times of it. The Sheikh says, Hafizahullah, in Fiqh Al-Fitan, عدم الاختيار إذا خرجت الفتن. من فقه الفتن عدم الاختيار إذا خرجت الفتن والنظر إليها بصيرة المؤمن. من فقه الفتن عدم الاغترار بزخرفة الفتن. From the things we must understand and act upon during the times of fitna is that عدم الاغترار بزخرفة الفتن. We must not be deceived with the fineness, open fineness, sweetness, attractiveness of the fitna. May be attractive. If Yorubas go out of Nigeria, they'll be able to handle their country. They'll be able to farm. They'll be able to have industry. Yorubas are very brilliant people, Abi. They are very educated people, Abi. So they can stand alone. They can govern themselves alone. They start saying this to you. This is Zakhrafat Fitan. Those are designed. They are designing and saying to you so that it will attract you into that business. The Igbo man will say, Igbos are very productive. There is no industry in Nigeria you don't find Igbo. They can create industry. They can make shoes. They can make medicine. They can make bags. In fact, they can make the world. So let us have the Afra. That is Zakhrafatul Fitan. So the Sheikh says, La Tazkar, don't be deceived by these attractive announcements people are saying. One young man who contested election in his local government in Ondo State, he did not win. He contested to be president of Nigeria. He did not win in local government. Maybe in his ward, he lost. He will come out to you on the internet and start telling you that, hey, join me. Nigeria must be free. You contested election, you can't win. You want to rule the whole of Nigeria. You think that Nigeria is a student union party. The Sheikh says in Fiqh Al-Fitan, Adamul Iqtira'i bi-Zakhrafati al-Fitan. From the things you must understand about fitna is that you must not be deceived with the beautiful things people will be saying during the times of fitna. Another thing you must do is وَالنَّظَرُ إِلَيْهَا بِبَصِيرَةٍ. Those things they are saying, look at them with the basira, with the deep insight that Allah grants a believer. When you are a believer, there is an insight, ability to think deep, that Allah gives you as a gift for Iman. One of the gifts that comes along the mu'min is always a person who is, because of Iman, Allah gives him insight, deep insight. That insight is the insight by which you should investigate those things. When the Igbo man tells you that the Igbo country, Biafra, will be greater than Nigeria, you say, come, all those businesses Igbo have in Lagos, you carry them on your head to Biafra. Or now, before you come to Lagos, you will be obtaining a visa. You will be obtaining Nigerian visa. Did you think like this? What in Igbo land is the natural resources that you will earn money from? Coal. The world has gone past coal. Even crude oil is going down now. Some countries have left crude oil, like Qatar. They are on gas exploration. So what will the Biafra country rely upon in terms of natural resources? And you are just 6 days. You are going to, how are you going to relate to the rest 30? That was why the president said it was a dot in his cup. If you hold it up, the 6 states of Nigeria and Southeast, like a dot. If basira of the movement, you will employ it to analyze those things you are saying. So you should not be deceived by the sweet tonguing of those people who are the pioneers of faith. The Shaykh says, in Fiqh Al-Fitan, Adam al-Ikhtirari wa-Kharakat al-Fitan. From the things you must understand during the times of fitna is that don't be deceived with the beautiful things people present to you during the times of fitna. وَالنَّظَرُ إِلَيْهَا بِبَصِيرَةِ الْمُؤْمِنِ. You must investigate those matters with the deep insight that Allah blesses the believer with. The Shaykh says, Al-Fitnatu Ajuzun Shafar. Al-Fitnatu Mother Ajuzun Shafar. Fitna is an old woman. Fitna is like an old woman. Shafar. All her black hairs are already mixed gray hair. If an old woman removes her scarf and you see gray hair, does she still become attractive to you for a wife? So the meaning is that fitna is ordinarily unattractive. Sheikh says, Al-Fitnatu Ajuzun Shafar. لو لم يزخرفها أهلها لما أقبل عليها أحد. Fitna is like that food. لو لم يزخرفها أهلها. If the people of fitna don't take fitna are fine, nobody will come near it. And fitna too, Father, Ajuzun Shafar. Fitna is old, an old woman, unattractive. All her hairs are green. He said, Hafizahullah, لو لم يزخرفها أهلها لما أقبل عليها أحد. If the people of fitna don't paint fitna to appear as if it is beautiful, لما أقبل عليها أحد. Nobody will come there. People are killed in Saudi. Everywhere you hear people talking about tribalism, they now call secession. It's no other than tribalism. People are killed. So many things are happening. Stores are destroyed. Businesses are destroyed. Of the same people you claim that you want to free. So ordinarily, when people hear or see fitna, they should run away. But why will they not run away? The people who are the pioneers of that fitna, they will paint that fitna as if it is fine, as if people will gain from it. The Sheikh says, فَأَهْلُ الْفِتَنِ يُزَخْرِفُونَهَا وَيُجَمِّلُونَهَا إِظْهَارِ الْغَيْرَةِ عَلَى الدِّينِ. The people of fitna, يُزَخْرِفُونَهَا, they paint the fitna to be beautiful. They paint the fitna to be handsome. Fine. People will gain this, people will gain that. Those young boys who were first arrested in Abuja, they belong to a group. They said they told them that once you get Biafra, what do? They'll give them jobs, they'll give them money, that is the painting. They paint it to be attractive. But you are the one, you'll be in charge of killing people, firing people, destroying businesses, because you want to gain something. Ordinarily, people should run away. But because of those things they think they want to gain from, it appears as if it is what? Attractive. The Sheikh says, فَأَهْلُ الْفِتَنِ يُزَخْرِفُونَهَا وَيُجَمِّلُونَهَا بِإِظْهَارِ الْغَيْرَةِ عَلَى الدِّينِ. They paint it, يُجَمِّلُونَهَا, they make it look beautiful. بِإِظْهَارِ الْغَيْرَةِ عَلَى الدِّينِ. They will be saying that it is deen. That is where people want to use the religion as the bait to attract people into the fitna of Should I give us one example? Like the fitna of terrorism and terrorism. They will tell you that, look, they are killing Muslims in Syria, they are killing Muslims in this, they are killing Muslims in this. Don't you think that we should do something? Are you thinking that we should just sit down like this? Should I give us another example? Nigerian Muslim politicians. They will come to the Muslim gathering. Say, oh, you Muslims, are you going to sit down and look at it like that? They are all distributing it. As if they have ghaira, they have a sense of protection for the deen and life. The sense of protection is for their what? For their family. The Sheikh says, Ahlul Fitan, the people of Fitan, they embellish it, and they beautify these Fitan, بِإِظْهَارِ الْغَيْرَةِ عَلَى الدِّينِ, by showing concern for the religion. This is our Islam. This brothers, wallahi, Allahu Akbar. People will be shouting, Allahu Akbar. وَالْإِكْثَارِ مِنَ الْأَقَاصِيلِ, they will be telling us short stories, aqasid. That is the jamu of uqsus. Short stories, short narrations. It's telling us narrations. In so place, so they have. They say it's statistics. Some not too educated people say, oh, you're giving statistics of life. To embellish fitna to look like something that is there are 10 Igbos in army out of 200,000 Igbos. Is that good? There are 15 Yorubas out of 50 ministers. Is that good? You say, no, it's not the thing now, they are cheating us. They will be saying to the people things that will make them think that the fitna is something that should be engaged in. Otherwise, there is no reasonable person who sees fitna who will go into it. But they have to say something to make it look attractive. The Sheikh says, فَأَهْلُ الْفِتَنِ يُزَخْرِفُونَهَا وَيُجَمِّلُونَهَا بِإِظْهَارِ الْغَيْرَةِ عَلَى الدِّينِ. If it is the religion they want to be, وَالْإِكْثَارِ مِنَ الْأَقَاصِيلِ وَالرُّؤَى. They say they have a dream. I have a dream that one day this land became the land of Biafra. People will be shouting, hey, 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 hey. They will be telling lies of dreams they did not have. So they will do this. يُكْثِرُونَ مِنَ الْأَقَاصِيلِ. They will be saying lots of stories. وَالرُّؤَى حَوْلَهَا. And many dreams they had regarding the matter. حتى يظن الناظر إليها بغير بصيرة أن الخير كله فيها. They will say all of this. حتى, so much so that يظن الناظر إليها بغير بصيرة. The one who is looking at these issues without thinking deeply, he is just reading the newspaper and believing people who believe that Buhari has died. It is one, what is his name? Ibrāhīm from Sudan that is ruling Nigeria. He says, see now, you start making picture falsehoods. What do they call them? When they put pictures together. Photoshopping. They say, look at that man is one Jibril from Sudan. And people will be believing these kinds of lies. Because they don't have basira. They will think that these things are right. May Allah protect them. So they will do all of this. Hatta, so much so that يظن الناظر إليها بغير بصيرة أن الخير كله فيها. They will be thinking that what they are saying is so good. There is nothing that is as good now for Nigeria as Nigeria to divide it because of the falsehoods that those people have given. The people who do not look at it with deep insight inside will be thinking that what they are saying is what is correct. There is nothing like that. There is nothing as good as let everybody just be going his own way. It is because you have not looked at the matter with the end. That is why you should say that. The Sheikh says, وَالْمُوَفَّقُ, the one that is appropriately guided by Allah, مَنْ نَظَرَ إِلَيْهَا بِبَصِيرَةِ الْمُؤْمِنِ. That is the person who views all these things people are saying, بِبَصِيرَةِ الْمُؤْمِنِ, with the deep insight that Allah grants a true believer. فَلَمْ يَكْتَرْ بِزَخَارِفِهَا. So he does not become deceived بِزَخَارِفِهَا, with those embellishments, with those lies, with those analyses, with those statistics, with those radio broadcasts, with those Twitter tweets. He does not become deceived. Why? He has the deep insight that Allah gives a person of Iman. Think well. Think well. Our own parents were in the forefront of civil war. We were born in those days. Our own parents were in the forefront of civil war. So we in the parents, some of them worked in the army. So it's not, they were in the forefront of everything. Not as civilians. One of my own died. So if you are hearing the report of the kind of civil war from both universities, it is not something that is happening at all. That's why when you look at the so-called agitation, you find that they are all from the sake of Islam is not the whole mature thinking and insight. May Allah protect all of us. So the Sheikh says, فَأَهْلُ الْفِتَنِ يُزَخْرِفُونَهَا وَيُجَمِّلُونَهَا بِإِظْهَارِ الْغَيْرَةِ عَلَى الدِّينِ وَالْإِكْثَارِ مِنَ الْأَقَاصِيرِ وَالرُّؤَى حَوْلَهَا حَتَّى يَظُنَّ النَّاظِرُ إِلَيْهَا بغير بصيرة أن الخير كله فيها والموفق من نظر إليها ببصيرة فلم يغتر بزخارفها ووزنها بالميزان العظيم للكتاب. He looks at it with the deep insight that Allah blesses. He weighs everything with those two scales. The scale of what? Al-Kitab. They say, oh, some people are saying, what does Kitab? He thinks deeply. He compares what they say and finds the ruling for it in the Quran. When he does not find a place for those things in the Quran, he does not panic. So a mu'min is a person of basira. Iman brings basira. I tell you again, Iman brings deep thinking. Ìgbàgbọ́ a máa sọ̀yàn di aláròjinlẹ̀. Ìgbàgbọ́ a máa sọ̀yàn di aláròjinlẹ̀. Iman makes you gain insight. So it is that insight with which you understanding events and interpreting them. يقول شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية رحمه الله. شيخ الإسلام أحمد بن عبد الحليم ابن تيمية said, وإذا كان القلب معمورا بالتقوى, when the mind of an individual is controlled by the fear of Allah, he will not want to do anything except what he knows that Allah has made law, and he will ever abstain from the things that Allah has prohibited. If this is what controls the mind of a person, إن جلت له الأمور وانكشفت. إن جلت له الأمور. Things will always be clear to him. وانكشفت. Things will be exposed to him. Things will be clear to him. He will be saying things rightly. It will be clear to him. It should not be like this. It should be like this. If a person's mind is a mind that is controlled by the prohibitions of Allah, that is controlled by rejecting the prohibitions of Allah and sticking to the commandments of Allah, in Jallat lahul umur wa kashafat. Things will always be clear to him. They will be open to him. The khilaf al-qalb al-farra bil-mudlim. The khilaf al-qalb al-farra al-mudlim. This is different from a mind that is farra, desolate, empty mind, Muslim, full of darkness. There is hardly anything that will be clear to him. When people invite him, SARS, go and steal a supermarket, steal iPhone. His brain will not tell him that if you steal iPhone, they can trace you with that iPhone that you have stolen. لماذا؟ لأن قلبه بعيد عن التقوى. His mind is far away from her. So he does not have basira. That's why criminals cannot commit a crime except they leave a trace by which they can be traced. Every criminal act can be traced. In fact, one of the things Allah does to the criminals is that He writes their crimes on their faces. There are people who, when they look at a person, they can tell you the kind of crime that he just committed. This one, he doesn't do this. Abi, that says, please, just there are people like that. When they look at you, someone once said that many of those working in outposts of immigration in Saudi Arabia, they are from particular tribes that are known with this trait. You understand what I mean? Amongst Arabs, when they look at you, they can tell you who is your father, who is your mother. Do we remember the hadith of Usama ibn Zayd? There are people among Arabs, when they look at you, they can tell you who is your father, who is your mother. I also say that. No, this guy is a thing also. So they also are able to see right now. See, so some of them now, they put them in the outpost just before you get into the plane. The last batch of immigration officials that they are people like this. People who have natural disposition recognize criminals by looking at their faces. I used to read about it, how to look at somebody. There are books you can read. May Allah protect all of us. So the Shaykh Al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah said, إذا كان القلب معمورا بالتقوى إن جلت له الأمور وانكشفت. If the mind of a person is controlled with the fear of Allah, things will always be clear to him. Things will be always exposed to him. People may not see, but when he comes and looks at it, you didn't see this. Look at this one. Look at this. Look at this. May Allah protect him. بخلاف القلب الخراب المذنب. This is different from the mind that is kharab, empty mind, al-Muslim, dark. قال حذيفة بن اليمان في سلفك ابن تيمية رحمه الله. After making that statement, he wants to give us an asar to justify that statement. So he cited Sulayman Ar-Ruhayli that inna fi qalbi al-mu'mini sirajan yuzhiru inna fi qalbi al-mu'mini sirajan. The heart of a Muslim contains a lamp. Yuzhiru. It brightens things up. It makes things, it shines the light on something. If you have a torch now, you're in a dark place, what do? Turn on the light. There is a siraj, a lamp in the mind of a Muslim that does this for him. If you are traveling, you miss the road, you can say, I think this is the road, and you go on the road. That's also sometimes connected to you can say, not just because he saw it, he has insight so much so that he can almost stretch the next action. There are brothers that they give it is one of the instruments that explode trees are. And there are the power and the other is able to interpret them when people are still confused about those things. So Shaykh Ibrāhīm, Shaykh Islam Ibn Taymiyyah said, Inna fi qalbi al-mu'mini sirajan yuzhiru. The mind of a Muslim has a lamp that shines light on something, makes him understand things easily. وفي الحديث الصحيح, in authentic ahadith, it occurs that إن الدجال مكتوب بين عينيه كافر. Dajjal has kafir. Some scholars say it is just like that, kafir. Some say kafir, powerful, and what? That is written on the face of Dajjal. The Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, يَقْرَأُهُ كُلُّ مُؤْمِنٍ قَارِئٍ وَغَيْرِ قَارِئٍ. Every believer will be able to read it on the face of Dajjal, whether that person has learned how to read and write or not. Once he looks at the face of Dajjal, he understands that it is written on his face. Ibn Taymiyyah said, rahimahullah, فَدَلَّ عَلَىٰ أَنَّ الْمُؤْمِنِ يَتَبَيَّنُ لَهُ مَا لَا يَتَبَيَّنُ لِغَيْرِهِ. So this is evidence that the person of Iman, things that do not become clear to people become clear. Wallahi, it is true. Wallahi, it is true. People of Iman, يَتَبَيَّنُ لَهُ مَا لَا يَتَبَيَّنُ لِغَيْرِهِ. People of Iman, things that do not become clear to people become clear. Things that do not become clear to people become clear. Look at Ibn Taymiyyah. He's Salafi. He made a statement. He brought evidence. What is Shaykh Sulayman Ar-Ruhayli? What is he calling our attention to here? He's calling our attention to the fact that as people of Iman, when the people of Fitna begin to design their Fitna, you should be conscious. Don't forget yourself, because you are a movement. Things should be clear to you. You should not be a person of somebody cannot say, but me, I'm always confused. Check your Iman. Check your Iman. The person of Iman will always think clearly. with that lamp that Allah has placed in his mind. It says, فَدَلَّ عَلَى أَنَّ الْمُؤْمِنِ يَتَبَيَّنُ لَهُ مَا لَا يَتَبَيَّنُ لِغَيْرِهِ وَلَا سِيَّمَا فِي الْفِتْنَةِ, especially during the times of fitnah. يَتَبَيَّنُ لَهُ مَا لَا يَتَبَيَّنُ لِغَيْرِهِ. فدل على أن المؤمن يتبين له ما لا يتبين لغيره. That hadith of Dajjal, that the mu'min will be able to see in the face of Dajjal that this is Dajjal. Allah has written kafir on his face, whether that person went to school or not. That's evidence that يتبين للمؤمن ما لا يتبين ولا سيما في الفتن, especially during the times of fitnah. There are many examples. I remember one of the scholars who just died, Rahimahullah. We were in Hajj one year. He made one. When I came back home, I told the brothers, I was really in non-understand that. I said, this Sheikh said so. This thing will be the beginning of fitnah for him. He died inside that. Recently, one of the brothers said, do you remember that year, almost 10 years ago, the Sheikh so said so. When the statement goes out now, and the fitnah will start, and it happens like that. Fitnah to declare. Allah help us grow our iman, especially when there is fitnah. You make a statement or do one action. It's not born here. But some other people, young people, say, no, start, explain. I don't know. ليس كل ما يعلم وينكشف له حال الكذاب. Person of Iman, the condition of the liar will declare to him, Al-Wadda'i ala-Allahi wa Rasulihi. Those who fabricate lies and ascribe it to Allah, Shaykh Fawzan, is very common that he says, they ask him, so person said anything. Kaza, that tells to be like, the liar, don't mind it, don't listen to him. These are people of eminence. They have matured inside Iman and knowledge. Easily, when someone takes that statement, yes, you know where he's going. May Allah protect all of us. فإن الدجال أكثر خلق الله مع أن الله يسري على يديه أمورا هائلة ومخاريق مزلزلة. The Shaykh says, Dajjal, this is the statement of Shaykh Ibrāhīm Abdur-Raūf. The Dajjal is akzabu khalqillah. The person among the creatures of Allah who lies most is who? That's why the scholars of Hadith, if they find a liar well known for telling lies and ascribing that lie to the Prophet Muhammad, one of the names we call them is what? Dajjal. It's Dajjal min al-Dajjal. It's plural. Why? Because Dajjal is the worst person who tells lies. Dajjal is a serious liar. He will come and start saying that he's the Prophet of Allah. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wa salam, wala nabiyya ba'd. And after me, no prophet will come. After that, he will say that he's your Lord. And he's one eye. وَلَيْسَ رَبُّكُمْ أَعْوَرًا. And your Lord is not one eye. Dajjal will say he is Allah. So the Shaykh says, فَإِنَّ الدَّجَّالَ أَكْذَبُ خَلْقِ اللَّهِ. Dajjal is the worst of the creatures of Allah who will ever tell a lie. مع أن الله يجري على يديه أمورا هائلة. Even though Allah will make so many big events to happen through the hands of Dajjal. If Dajjal comes to Nigeria and says, follow me, believe that I am God. If you say no, he will just command your natural resources. Follow me, and they follow you. He will tell your land, this land should not grow anything again. It should not grow anything. Why? Because you have refused to follow the God. So because of some of these things, some people will follow it. That's how your people talk like this. Allah forgive all of them. They can water down anything. Don't follow them. So Dajjal, Allah will make many good things to happen. وَمَخَارِقَ مُزَلْزَلَةً مع أن الله يجري على يديه أمورا هائلة ومخاريق مزلزلة. Allah will make مخاريق, miraculous things, astonishing events to happen in the hands of the big things will happen in the hands of the Dajjal. حتى أن من رآه افتتن. Dajjal will be doing very big things. He will have a hellfire, he will have a jannah. His hellfire is what? Jannah. His calmness. And his jannah is what? Nah. Okay, don't tell me that day of judgment there is one at Jannah. Me, I have my own plan. The people here he likes. So many people will, especially women. The large majority of those who will follow Dajjal are who? Women. And Yahud, the Jews, follow Dajjal. They are waiting for Dajjal. The Jews believe that Masih Dajjal is their savior. Do you know? He will return the Jews to their home, their promised land that they had missed since the time of Musa and all of them. Allah forgive all of them. So the Shaykh said, Shaykh Ibrāhīm Abdur-Raūf, whoever sees Dajjal becomes afflicted with the fitna. That's why one of the ways to evade the fitna of Dajjal is to do what? Run away. Do you know that? When Dajjal comes, if you hear, they say Dajjal is in Ibadan, where should you follow? Ilorin. May Allah not make him come when we are alive. Salama radiallahu anha said, she said, ذكرت المسيح الدجال ذكرت المسيح الدجال ليلة ذكرت المسيح الدجال ليلة. One night I remembered Dajjal. فلم يأتني النوم. Sleep did not come to me. Salama radiallahu anha, because of the bigness of the fitna of Dajjal. Since Allah created heavens and earth, there is no fitna that is like the fitna of Dajjal. So all the prophets of Allah used to warn their people about Dajjal. The companions were afraid of Dajjal. Even Ibn Sayyad, that they thought that he was Dajjal. Some companions thought that he was Dajjal, including Omar and Abdullah ibn Omar, Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. They thought that Ibn Sayyad was Dajjal because he had some of the characteristics by which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was Dajjal. When they went for Hajj, he gave some food to Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. He did not take it. Ibn Sayyad said, "You are afraid of me that I'm Dajjal." He couldn't answer. He moved away from me. He said, "I'm not Dajjal. If I am Dajjal, I will not be able to enter Makkah by me. I'm not Dajjal." But they were still afraid of him. Why? He resembles if the companions were afraid of someone who resembles Dajjal, how about Dajjal? Allah protect. One of the ways of escaping from the fitna of Dajjal is to do what? Running away from those things you want to run. Stand. Those ones. May Allah protect all of us. There's those whose spirits become tried with the affliction. فيكشفها الله للمؤمن حتى يعتقد كذبها وبطلانها. But as for the believer, all those wonderful things that God will be doing, يكشفها الله للمؤمن. Allah will expose it to him like a lie. Magic. He's just doing it. It's not real. حتى يعتقد كذبها. Until the believer will believe that these things are lies. Wabutlana. He will believe that they are null and void. They are not real. They lie, they rot. How will he know that? It's the fear. It's the fear of his movement. He will be able to discover that what the judge is saying is a lie. The Shaykh is saying that that is the state of fear you should employ carried by the truth, by the design, by the example of Ahlullah. This point here, don't be carried away by the design, the ornamentation. We Yoruba, we are going to be free. We Igbo, we are going to be free from Nigeria. If we are free from Nigeria. Southern Sudan, since they left Northern Sudan, they are still in war. But before that, what will you think they will be saying to themselves if we become free? What will happen to Southern Sudan? We'll be able to control our oil money. The German will say, we'll be able to control our oil money. But when they became free, have they controlled the money? Yoruba before Nigeria, did they ever know peace? Did Yoruba know peace before Nigeria? Tell me Yoruba song in Nigeria. Ekiti Atoyo, Ibadan àti Ìlọrin, Ìjẹ̀bú àti, you have all the world. And those hatreds still exist today among Yoruba. How does the average Oyo person consider Vida Egba. How does the average Ijebu person consider Egba? Take a canary. That is one single statement. Ijebu and Egba. Can they marry themselves? I know one they married Kata. Today, when we were in university, they say, Imani. They got married. The marriage did not last 4 years. Till as I speak, they did not dissolve the marriage and they did not continue the marriage. You know, the marriage did not scatter and they are not married. They are not together and they are not away. They are just there. Husband is in North Pole, wife is in South Pole. They are not. So don't think that the day that you can form Yoruba nation that all your problems will become solved. That is not going to happen to anybody. So don't be deceived. The major point here is that don't be deceived by the lies of those who embellish lies. You should be a mu'min who has a basira that can even discover the lies of people like Dajjal. Why is it all these small liars that you will not be able to discover? I hope that it is clear to us. This statement was cited from Majmur. ويقول أيضا شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية also said that وقد اتفق أهل المعرفة والتحقيق على أن الرجل لو طار في الهواء أو مشى على الماء لم يتبع إلا أن يكون موافقا لأمر الله ورسوله عليه الصلاة والسلام. So the movement is not deceived. Ibn Taymiyyah said, اتفق أهل المعرفة والتحقيق. The scholars of good knowledge and research, they are agreed that أن الرجل, that if it happens that a man لو طار في الهواء, if he is flying in the sky, أو مشى على الماء, or he walks on the water. Somebody comes and says, hey, yo, they say, oh, Emma, will be going for the okay, and he starts flying. See me as I'm flying in the sky, and he starts flying in the sky. What will the movement say? The lie. There is something behind it. Don't be deceived. So let somebody tell you that if 1,000 soldiers come to his house, only 5 will be able to go back home. You, Muslimini, will lock along. Aruba kan wa aruba, wọ́n ta aruba yẹn níbọn, ìwọ bá jáde sí ìwọ ọmọ gbàtàn jẹ o. You don't be deceived. Why? Because you are a mu'min and Allah has given you basira. So they pack all the best. Ìjọba mú ni I refuse. Yeah, you won't say that. Money agbára, I have power, I can fly in the sky, I can walk on the water, I can turn food to water, I can turn water to water. The Sheikh says, وَقَدْ اتَّفَقَ أَهْلُ الْمَعْرِفَةِ وَالتَّحْقِيقِ عَلَى أَنَّ الرَّجُلَ Now, if it can happen that one man can fly in the sky, أو مشى على الماء, or walk on the water, لم يتبع, we will not follow him. Don't follow him. إلا أن يكون موافقا للكتاب والسنة. Unless the only thing that can make you follow somebody is what? Kitab. If it's upon it, if it's not upon it. Don't be deceived. Because you're a person of Iman. Allah has granted you Basira. Use that Basira. Use that insight. This is the exchange point we must note during fitna. What is that point? When Fiqh Al-Fitan, Adam al-Iqtirān bimādā bizakhrafatil fitan. From what you must understand during the times of fitna is that you must not allow yourself to be carried away by the embellishment of the times of fitna. وَالنَّظَرُ إِلَيْهَا بِمَاذَا بِبَصِيرَةٍ. You must always consider every issue with the insight that Allah has blessed the believer. I hope that this one don't be carried away by switched off, fine stories, statistics. America will support us. Germany will come and carry us. Forget about all these things. America and Germany, they have their own problems. You are not their problem. Did we hear what I said? You are not the problem of America and Germany and France. After I told you very long by June 12. About the thing there, yeah, America is coming to carry Bani Abacha. Where? America has their own problems. And what happened during their last election will make you know that they have their own problems. Your own IPOB and Odua is not their problem. Oh, yeah, Parayin. It's not their problem. They have their own problems. When Twitter was shut down, some people think that they will close down Afro from Washington. Nothing happened. Every country in the world is an independent entity. No one country can command another country to do what it does not want to do, especially when it has to do with that country's internal security. One journalist was arrested in Egypt during their last crisis. So, they just released him recently. Do we know that story? Al Jazeera reporter that was arrested during the crisis in Egypt. The whole world was shouting. Egypt didn't even say Khashoggi. They say, Canada will come and strike Saudi Arabia. Oh, so then. Salman. Every country pursues the internal security issues independently. So, Bajoko jẹ́ ìjọba bá mú ọ. May Allah protect all of us. The ulama always say that al-fitnatu wailun liman al-qadha. Fitna is sleepiness. The woe of Allah be upon the one who went and wake it up. May Allah protect us. Al-aslu al-sadisu ashar. The 16th major thing we must consider during the time of fitna. The Shaykh Sulayman Ar-Ruhayli النظر في عواقب الأمور والمآلات. النظر في عواقب الأمور وماذا؟ والمآلات. From the things we know about fitna, النظر, thinking about and considering عواقب الأمور, the end of everything, والمآلات, and the repercussions of what it is. If I say this, what will happen? If I do this, what will happen? If I do this, what will happen? If I say this, what will happen? Think about this during this night. Likewise, when people are saying and doing something, you should be thinking what this person says, what is the meaning of it? What is it that should come out of it? That is the meaning of being reasonable. Al-Imam Ibn Al-Fitan Abu Han, he has a book called Al-Fitan. I encourage brothers to browse Al-Fitan by Imam Ibn Al-Fitan. It says, وَرَأْسُ الْعَقْلِ. One major thing about being intelligent is what? Al-ma'rifatu bima yakun. Al-ma'rifatu bima yumkin qawluhu qabla an yakun. Ma yumkin qawluhu. From the reason to say that somebody is intelligent is al-ma'rifatu bima yumkin qawluhu. Something that can happen qabla an yakun, before it happens. A person of aql will be thinking about this can happen like this before it now happens. That is one of the evidences that that person is what? Is an aql. How do you interpret aql in English? Intelligence. Intelligence. So the proof of intelligence is that you can say don't just do. You are looking at what will happen after you say and do. An intelligent person must always be full of thinking about the repercussions and the consequences of his statement and his it's a major thing about fitna. The Shaykh says, Al-Mu'min al-Hakim, the believer who is a wise person, ينظر في معالات الأفعال والأقوال. He is always considering the repercussions of af'al and aqwal, action and what? And statement. ولا يكون من قصار النظر. He will not be among قصار النظر. People with short insight. Their insight is not what? Deep. Their insight is rather what? Shallow. These are the people the scholars refer to as what? Qisarun nazar. And Julie, he can't think deep. People of shallow thoughts. Don't be like that. الَّذِينَ لَا يَرَوْنَ إِلَّا مَا بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ. People who don't think, who don't consider anything except what they are looking at like this. That's the only thing they can know about. How about the one beyond that one? Don't be like that. يقول شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية. شيخ الإسلام أحمد بن عبد الحليم ابن تيمية رحمه الله الحكيم. He said, رجحان العمل يظهر برجحان عاقبته. رجحان العمل. The preponderance, the weightiness, the strength. This job is a very good job. يظهر برجحان عاقبته. It will be shown. It will become clear by what is the strength of what came out of that action. An action will be considered to be reasonable, to be sensible, to be good, to be wise, depending on what is brought about, what came after it. If you made a statement, what came after that? Malam said a lot of things with fast. What did that thing bring about? What consequence upon that statement or action? The Taymiyyah said, رجحان العمل يظهر بماذا؟ برجحان عاقبته. وما قرره العلماء في تعارض المصالح والمفاسد كله من هذا الباب العظيم. That the issues that the scholars have found in the matters of تعارض المصالح والمفاسد, You know what is ta'arud al-masalih wal-mafasid? If you make a statement, it has advantages and disadvantages. So which one should you prefer? Are the advantages stronger than the disadvantages, or the disadvantages are worse than the advantages? This is ta'arud al-mafasid wal-masalih. Yes, there will be benefits, but there will be consequences. Which one is stronger? That these considerations are based on the ability of an individual to think about what will come out of his statement or his action. Is it clear? If you want to do something, this is advantage, this is disadvantage. Your ability to know what to do is based on your ability to be able to think about the after effects of your statement or your action. If you are not able to think about the after effects of the statement or the action, you will not be able to choose whether it is the advantage that is stronger or the disadvantage that is stronger. It says, وَمَا قَرَّرَهُ الْعُلَمَاءُ فِي تَعَارُضِ الْمَصَالِحِ وَالْمَفَاسِدِ كُلِّهِ أَوْ كُلُّهُ مِنْ هَذَا الْبَابِ كُلُّهُ قَدَرًا كُلُّهُ على البدن in هذا الباب العظيم. Having to do with issues of being able to think about the consequence of everything that you do, everything that you do. So it means that من فقه الفتن النظر في ماذا؟ في عواقب الأمور والمآلات. From the things we must understand in the times of the fitna is that we must be able to think about the consequence, where will what I'm saying end, what will come out of it. So if you know that it is evil that will come out of it, if you think that it is good that will come out of it, inshallah, you are able to consider it. Allah forbid. Are these matters clear to us? The Shaykh says, الأصل الثالث عشر من فقه الفتن النظر في عواقب الأمور والمآلات. المؤمن الحكيم ينظر في معاناة الأفعال والأقوال ولا يكون من كسار النظر الذين لا يرون إلا ما بين أيديهم. يقول شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية رحمه الله: رجحان العمل يظهر برجحان عاقبته. وما قرره العلماء في تعارض المصالح والمفاسد كله أو كله من هذا الباب. Is it clear for us? We can ask for it. Inshallah, in the next class we'll continue Al-Asr al-Sabi wa Ashar. That one is talking about not being in a haste. What can you share? You know, those who call the people and say, come out, now let's go. Hey, don't be in a haste. What are they telling you to come out for? To go where? With who? Over what? You have something to ask. Say, go, let's go now, hey. Let's be. Just come out like that, don't worry. That is what we'll be considering in the next point, inshallah. Don't be in a haste of doing it. May Allah protect all of us. Now, if we have one or two questions, we can try to answer them. Now, if the questions are connected to the leaves, we will answer inshallah. Now, نعم. انظر لعلك تجد بعض الأسئلة. نعم. Ibn Sayyad, did he die as a companion? They didn't know where he went. Or in Lord. Some say no, he died in a battle. But it became clear that he was a sufferer. It became clear that Allah Biba, his affairs became clear that he was a sufferer at the end of love. Was a Jew. Ibn Sayyad. The companions used to be afraid of him because they thought that he was like that. Some of them, we mentioned a number of them, like Omar. There was a day Omar said, I will cut off your head. You know what the Prophet told him? That if he is truly the judge, you cannot cut his head, Omar. And if he is not the judge, you would have killed an innocent man. Because at the beginning, his affairs were not clear to the Prophet. And as you know, Omar, she's the judge. The scholar said it became clear to him when Tamim came. Alayhi salatu wasalam. Tamim ibn Aus ad-Dari, who saw the judge. Do you know there was a companion who saw the judge? You have heard the story. From my own. Qissatul Jassar in Sahih, very lengthy story. Tamim ibn Aus Abu Nāsir ad-Dari, who saw the judge with his eyes. And he was a learned person amongst the Christians. The judge told him to go and believe in the Prophet Muhammad. So he came and started telling the Prophet about the judge. In the night before the morning, after Salatul Fajr, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told people, everybody should sit down where they are. At-Tibyān, so some people can say, when scholars of Hadith say Hadassani, where do they say? Tamim narrated. So if you ask, who is the companion from whom the Prophet took a Hadith? It is who? Tamim. I have not heard any of us name his child Tamim. This is a topic of Tamim. That the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was addressing the people and then he said, Hadassani Tamim. I hope that I can have a son that I will name them. My sons would have been many. I'm always saying I hope I have a son that I can name this and that. So the Dajjal, it became clear that Ibn Sayyad was not Dajjal when Tamim came. And the Islam of Tamim was late, from say 8th century, 8 years after his arrival, a year or two before the Prophet died. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But you know what? 2-3 years after that, Tamim had become a hafiz of the Quran. He memorized the Quran quick. Such that during the time of Umar radiallahu anhu, he was leading the people in Qiyamul Layl, Tarawih. Tamim ibn Aus ad-Dari. He really enjoyed Islam. But the point here is that when Tamim came, it further exposed the fact that Ibn Sayyad was not the judge. Is it clear to you now? Do we have a question about it? Alhamdulillah. Alaykum salam. Naam. During Peter. You say what? Twitter. I didn't hear. When during the fitan. Okay. Except what is the verse? Does he understand that surah? What is the meaning of إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ? That is the verse that when we hear it, we should go out for fitna. Is that what he is saying? What is the solution? What is that solution? How? He didn't explain how. Two things I will tell you. Stop listening to anybody during Fitan. We had read it here. You should only listen to scholars. And to Balo Bafatwa Abame during Fitna. Is there no fatwa Abame? There are ahadith regarding it. During Fitan, one of the things we learned is that you should only be asking and taking advice from scholars. Let me say this, that one person is tabligh, Owelawa ni Sokoto Ozele, kò mí pa afa ni o. Má gba fatwa lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ o. Ìjáde tabligh kì í ṣe ilé ẹ̀kọ́ o. The going out that tabligh go out, they are not going to learn, study there. They are not going to learn halal and haram there. Don't follow a person of tabligh who gives you fatwa, who is explaining Quran to you. If you follow him, that's your own sorrow, as they say. Don't follow him. In the times of fitna, who should you follow? Follow the learned. So the first thing you should ask is, say scholarly. So ni mimalein, so you malein. So if you just buy in lemon, so they buy a lot of us. Until the day we start asking this question. Not to be asking people this question because it's fitna. I mentioned it in the last class. Can a carpenter come and say he wants to perform surgery? Carpenter, brain surgery. You say, oh, somebody has a brain surgery. They should bring him to his store. I want to do surgery to him. What will you ask him? Are you a neurosurgeon? But when somebody tells you that he's explaining one verse, he's explaining one hadith, you will not ask him that, come, are you a scholar of hadith? Or you're a scholar of tafsir? What are you? Do you know what ikhwa? Do you know that if non-Muslims in the UK, in the US, they ask this question, if you start talking, they come, excuse me, are you a scholar of Islam? Non-Muslims, they ask, excuse me, are you a scholar? Where did you study? Because he does not want to talk to archaic and what's the name they call it? Quack scholar. You want fatwa or quack? You are confused. Oh, confused now. Because you took the fatwa from a quack. So don't take your religion from a quack. Who is a quack? Al-Imam al-Shafi'i explained who is quack. And Al-Muwafaqah, and who is not a quack. The quack person who talks about tafsir is the one who has not gives and stays with the scholars of tafsir to learn tafsir. The quack. Just like the quack doctor is the one who has not stayed and learned medicine from professors of medicine. The quack. The one who has not stayed and lived with the scholars of hadith to learn hadith is a quack. Shafi'i says, Rahimahullah, the time when he is not a quack is when he goes to stay with the people of that time, that field. They teach him, they speak him, they say, oh, you are now qualified. Why is it that they do induction in medicine? When someone graduates from medical school, do they do induction or not? Huh? They do induction. What is the meaning of that induction? Their bosses are saying that you are not quack. You have been with us. We have trained you. You have known the art of medicine. You can now practice medicine. Somebody they didn't do that to. You want to take your religion from him. Don't take your religion from a quack. Until we start saying this, fitna will go around. Come, are you a scholar? Are you a person who is verified by a scholar that you can do and say what you are doing? If yes, yes. If no, no. It is when it is yes, then you can now start listening and saying, Soro Reba Quran at Sunnah Muabi Ogamu. The one who is a quack, me, you won't even listen to. Please, let us cultivate this habit. Don't just let it be that it is everybody that says something. Everybody who says something, it will resemble something to you. You have problems because people are saying things. The only people who should say something that should mean something to you are people who are qualified to do so. And I have told you how to know who is qualified. Where did you study when you are doing? Who is your teacher? And we must know those persons to be from the people of that field. If a person says that he's a carpenter, when we ask him who is the teacher, we want to make furniture. Edgar, where did you learn carpentry and furniture making? He said he learned it in the School of Medicine, University of Madīnah. So, or you spoke to a doctor, excuse me, where did you study medicine? He said, So don't listen to everybody. Don't make your religion that it is everybody that is guiding you. Wallah is so important. And you see this from the statement of that Tabi'i Muhammad ibn Inna hadha al-ilma fanzuru amman ta'khuduna dinakum. This religion, I want to learn. Mo fẹ́ gbà, mo ṣe gbà fata, mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ̀sìn ni o, rò dáadáa. Look well. Who is it? From who are you taking your religion? Don't take your religion from a quack. There are many now. Quack. 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 And quack. If you do not like to wear a cloth that was sold by a tailor who is quack, why would you like to take your religion from a person who is quack? You don't like to take medicine from a pharmacist who is quack. Why do you like to take your hereafter from someone who is quack? It is very common. One calling in our money here. Quack. And it is very easy to know. When Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba becomes Musnif, you know, quack. Musnif. Quack. Quack. When it is inside Tahzib, you will see that Aisha told Salama that the hadith is not inside Tahzib. That is not what Tahzib is for. It's like somebody telling you that if you open Struts, you know Struts, engineering mathematics by Struts, you are going to see organic chemistry inside. What will you say? Huh? He's talking. You say, all what I'm saying about this organic chemistry now, go and check it inside engineering mathematics by Struts. It is true that engineering mathematics by Struts is a big book read in the university, Abi, but it is not the book for organic. Struts and organic chemistry. That was why the similitude I gave is like a preschool saying that a book of integrals, you know, complex integrals. Sometimes you can draw the integral signs 2-3 times. You say, this book, they are talking about snake inside. Snake. This Afa is mathematician. When I said snake, he laughed. He read mathematics. Abū Nāsir. So, Tamim. Are you Tamim? You are there in Abū Nāsir, you are not Tamim. He is Abdur-Raūf. Jazakallahu khairan. So take your religion only from people who are verified to be learned, to have learned. So that is when you start considering that. Should you think about it? Should you consider it? But just one thing, Tom, Dick, and Harry, just read the verse and start saying something. It's like someone who says that integrals are snakes. How do you explain that integrals are not snakes? You know integration. You know the sign of integral. He says it's a snake. How will you explain to him that how do you explain? It's hard to explain. We can't explain. So that's why sometimes some of these statements, when those people make it, we can't answer. Can't answer. It's far. May Allah protect all of us. Continue to be our guide. I think it is sufficient for us to stop. We can stop here, inshallah. We'll continue in the next class. سبحانك اللهم أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت آمين وأنت